Hello everyone, this is part 6 of What If Naruto Learned of Hinata's Feelings, and I hope you guys enjoy this video and to like, to subscribe, to share, and check out the playlist, to see more comment down below. Now let's start the intro.
They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god.
Join my membership, the perks are great. It's in the description. It wasn't every day that the people of Konoha had a chance to celebrate. The town had endured much more than most. An attack by a demon, an invasion of ninjas and giant snakes. Assassinations, death, loved ones lost and hearts broken. The sun rose and set on the town the same as any other day, but today was truly the beginning of something new. Bakers rose early in the morning the same as always, but with smiling eyes and love of life in their actions. Today they prepared for something special. Children rose early and could sense the excitement in the air. Smiles graced the faces of even the most serious people. The ninjas woke up knowing today they would be on a different kind of mission, one they would enjoy. Even Kakashi managed to wake to the sunrise this morning, with a smile hidden under his mask. The Hokage had refrained from drinking sake the night before just to be sure she would be fully awake for the day. Rock Lee, the great green beast of Konoha, had just finished his lap around the city on his hands and smiled at the sun. It was going to be a good day. He decided to just walk to his appointment. Even the hardest working ninja could take a break on a day like today. Ten threw her last shuriken into her target. As she looked at the rising sun, she also smiled for a second before her face turned pale and she sprinted off. Shino sat in a tree, thinking to himself as the sun rose over the treetops. He knew he would be needed soon for the day's events, but the feeling of nature surrounding him was peaceful. Choji and Shikamaru lay on their backs watching the few clouds dance in the deep blue of the sky right before the sun had fully risen. Shikamaru sighed. Times like this were certainly not troublesome at all, except when you needed to be somewhere. The entire town was waking to the sounds of cheerful birds. It was a day you couldn't help but smile about. Today was a day to be happy about. After all, it wasn't every day that the future Hokage of Konoha and the head of one of the most powerful clans in the town were to married. Even the branch members of the Hyuga household rose and smiled. After more years than many could count, they had finally been freed. When Neji Hyuga stared into his mirror, he touched his forehead. A forehead that until the past day had been sealed by a curse that was now as clear as that of anyone else's. Tears slid down his cheeks and he gave silent thanks to his cousin. Today he would tie his headband so that his forehead would show. For the first time in a long while a true, happy, smile appeared on his face. Every other member of the Hyuga branch family rose and did the same. The head of the clan, on the other hand, was still sleeping. Hinata. Hello, Hinata. Are you awake in there? If you aren't, we are coming in right now. The door to the clan head's room burst open and 3 girls flew in. Sakura ran over to the sleeping Hyuga and tried to wake her as Ino and Temari started getting stuff ready. Hinata, wake up or you are going to be late. Hinata immediately sat up in her bed to see her friends around her. What is it? What happened? I didn't do it. Huh? Oh. Hinata then fell back onto her bed and began to sleep again. Sakura, Ino and Temari just stared at the girl, confused at the outburst. Ten chose that time to run in almost breathless. Sorry I'm late. What should I do? The 3 girls just pointed to the sleeping girl on her bed. Oh, I guess I'm not late. Ten walked over and put her mouth next to Hinata's ear. Hinata, wake up. Naruto is here. Hinata sat up again, this time awake. Naruto, where is he? The 4 girls giggled at Hinata as she stared at them in an attempt to figure out what was going on. Oh. So he isn't here. Wait, I am going to be late. Hinata jumped out of bed and was instantly grabbed by the 4 girls who threw her into the waiting shower. Sakura, do you think she is ready for this? Temari is, and if Lee asked me, I know I would probably say yes. I think anyone can be ready as long as they are really in love. Yeah, Ino remembered the one she had thought she loved. Sasuke is gone now and he really didn't love anyone. I kinda like Choji, but he is not like Sasuke. Ten had her own man in her mind. Maybe I will get a chance to dance with Neji today. Now, let's get her ready for this and then get ourselves ready. Naruto was nervous. Not that he thought he would get up there and forget to say I do. Not that he thought she would say no. He was nervous about the fact that it was taking a lot out of his focus to think about Hinata. He had already let his genjutsu slip twice now. Luckily no one had been around when that had happened, but if it happened in the ceremony he was sure he would regret it. To a person passing by it would look like a yellow-haired kid in Hokage robes suddenly sprouted 9 tails and then suddenly he would look normal again. Damn, Hinata loves me for who I am and my friends would probably be okay with it too, but the average townsperson would probably see a very stark reminder of the QB. Funny, how that is exactly what I am now anyway, Naruto sighed as he watched his best friends arrive in their own suits. Gaara, his best man and friend, stood by his side with his arms crossed as usual. His mouth, though, was not in its perpetual frown. Gaara had a smile that was as rare as a diet by Choji on his face. Lee, one of Naruto's former rivals for Sakura and one of his greatest friends, had just arrived and was beaming about the springtime of youth. Naruto mentally noted to keep him away from the sake. Shikamaru was lying against the wall of the room and staring into space. He was having his own trouble concentration on anything but his betrothed, but he didn't need to hold up a complicated genjutsu. Neji finally entered bearing another smile Naruto had never seen before. Everyone here is so happy. Just hold enough concentration to keep this on and you will be good. Tsunade had told him that it would eventually become like breathing or his heartbeat. He had enough chakra for it. His chakra replenished faster than he used it up. Right now, though, malasking was out of the question. Think of only 2 things, okay. Think of 3 and the illusion goes down. Naruto gave another sigh. You would think that marrying the girl of my dreams would be easier. Ready. Yes. Your orders stand, take it out. Collateral damage is fine. It will be done. Hinata was ready. Well, she was ready in body if not in mind. This is it. What am I going to do? What if I forget what to say? What happens if I accidentally step on his tails? What if I pass out? What if I trip on my outrageously long gown? What if? Sakura reached over and grabbed her hand, which had been getting gnawed on. Hinata, stop that. Everything is going to be fine. You will be fine, don't worry about it. You two were made for each other and you will do absolutely fine. Hey, and even if you don't, how much do you think Naruto will care? He loves you more than life itself, he even told me so. Thank you, Sakura. I needed that. Naruto swished his invisible tails in anticipation. He was ready and in place, along with his best men. The seats in the massive courtyard of his clan's complex were almost completely filled. Literally everyone in the city was there. His friends stood next to him or sat in the front row of the seats. Choji had even left his trademark bag of chips and was sitting patiently for the reception afterwards. Shino, though not usually one for large group situations, had taken a seat next to Choji. Naruto suddenly saw exactly what he had been waiting for at the back of the seats. Everyone stood as the music began to play. It was all Naruto could do to not walk back and carry his bride up to the front himself. He knew Hiashi wouldn't like that, though. Sakura walked up first, followed by Ino, Tenten, and Temari. It wasn't until Temari stood across from Shikamaru that Hinata appeared with her father on her arm. Naruto smiled brightly as she walked up the aisle. She wore a dress that was oddly the same color of her eyes. It wasn't exactly white, though one wouldn't be able to truly call it lilac, either. It seemed to glimmer in the sun almost as much as her smile as she walked. Hinata finally arrived next to Naruto and her father passed her arm to him. Naruto led her up to the Hokage and they both stood in silence. Naruto managed to glance down towards his bride as she was glancing up, but held off, knowing that he would get his chance later. Friends, citizens and shinobi of Konoha, I would like to personally thank you all for coming. We are gathered together. The service went on, Hinata at one time nearly breaking out in laughter as Naruto tickled her under her chin with a tail no one could see. Naruto couldn't help but smile when he heard her laugh. It was nearly at the end of the ceremony when his smile suddenly broke. His face grew suddenly serious, which worried Hinata for a moment until Naruto gave her a reassuring smile. When those long-awaited words came they were both ready. But Naruto was ready for something different than Hinata was. I now pronounce you husband and wife. Tsunade yelled the last part as Naruto suddenly began charging up a ball of chakra in his hand. Naruto, what are you doing? Hinata was worried, her husband was just staring into space. He suddenly disappeared. No one had any idea what was going on. The jonin scattered around the area suddenly also perked up as they sensed a massive chakra signature. Suddenly a body flew into the ceremony area out of the ground and was closely followed by Naruto. Naruto grabbed the man by his robe, marking him as an Akatsuki. What the hell are you doing here, demon hunter? KU. The man performed a hand sign. Naruto instantly knew what had been going on. Bastard. Naruto performed his own hand sign as the man kicked the ground. A large explosion from several miles away was suddenly seen. Won't you idiots get it through your damn heads that I am not easy to J. You are no Itachi and he didn't even stand a chance against me. Knocking him unconscious. Tsunade, can someone take this guy away? I don't like it when people try to K my friends. Now, I think I had something to do before we were so rudely interrupted. The members of the audience that knew of Naruto's strength and had already seen it in action applauded and cheered. Some of the people there couldn't even comprehend what had just happened. Tsunade grabbed the Akatsuki member by the back of his robe and turned to face the joined populace of Konoha. Everyone who wants can go to the reception. Anko, you want to take this fool to his new place of residence? Yes, Hokage. Alright, now all of you enjoy the day. It wasn't until the voice of Konohamaru came over the noise of people heading towards the reception that they finally broke away. Hey, Naruto, aren't you going to let her breathe? Naruto stopped and looked into the bright eyes of Hinata. Nah, I live and breathe Naruto anyway. Gaara couldn't help but stare. Well, Naruto, if this is what friendship leads to, I guess I could get a few more friends. Lee escorted Sakura down the aisle and out the front gate of the Uzumaki complex, followed by Shikamaru and Temari and Ino, who was running after a very enthusiastic Choji. Gaara decided he should leave when the bride and groom still didn't move from their spot. Neji and Tenten were the only ones left with the couple. Neji, I heard you were able to have the caged bird seal removed. Congratulations. Thank you, Tenten. I have never felt as good as I have felt today. Neji smiled at her, causing her to blush. Neji, I am happy for you. Are you going to the reception? Neji stared at her like she had asked him if he was a man. Yes, why wouldn't I go? I didn't mean it like that. If it was okay with you, I kinda wanted to know if you would like to dance with me. Tenten prepared herself for imminent rejection. Why not? Tenten's eyes lit up. Really? Yes, I am in a dancing mood. Tenten smiled at him and they walked off towards the reception. Only a few seconds after they left, Hinata and Naruto broke apart. Naruto released his genjutsu and curled a tail around his bride. Quote, Naruto, I understand. Now, if you had left during the vows, I would have probably been a little mad. My Hinata. Mad. I have yet to see it. You just chose to not see my flaws. Flaws? What are you talking about? Naruto, I think I love you. Well, I should hope so. I blew a ton of cash getting the food for the reception. They started laughing before Naruto picked her up. Come on, they're probably waiting for us. Can't be missing the guest of honor. Don't you mean guests? No, you and I are inseparable now. That whole thing about till death do us part. We are one now. Well, I guess things could be worse. Things couldn't get better. Naruto, this is the happiest day of my life. Really. Mine too. Bet ya mine is happier than yours. Nope. Hinata K him again. Now let's get to this party so I can introduce you to my extended family. Ouch. I guess you would win that bet. Naruto and Hinata arrived at the Hyuga Manor to find their wedding reception already in full swing. A few of their friends were dancing to music while Choji filled a plate 5 feet high with food. Might Guy had been required to knock Lee unconscious after Lee had gotten a hold of some sake. He was now slung over Guy's shoulder while Guy talked with random people passing by about the fires of youth. Neji and Tenten were seen dancing, a sight that not one of the Rookie 9 or Team Guy had ever seen. Neji was even smiling, not sneering, and Tenten was giggling. Not one person there had the gall to be sad or angry. Even the Hyugas from the main family, who had just had their power over the branch family taken away, were feasting and drinking and laughing as if life couldn't have been better. Naruto and Hinata managed to meet every person that had come after hours of walking around. Naruto was bored to death, but as future Hokage he knew that this information would be at least beneficial. Naruto bore through the countless introductions, trying not to accidentally sweep someone off their feet with his tails. You are such a cute couple. If I was 60 years younger, I would have married him myself. Naruto gave an embarrassed smile to the old woman in front of him. Hinata was standing behind him and trying not to bust out laughing as Naruto was swept off his feet to dance with the wrinkled old lady. Naruto made the best of it, though, and eventually just picked her up and spun her around to the music. Whoa, that was quite a dance. This one is quite a looker, Missy. Don't let anyone steal him away. Oh, I don't think that will be a problem. Naruto slid his arm around Hinata's shoulder. I don't think anyone could possibly steal me away from Hinata. Attention. Suddenly a quiet voice silenced the entire room. Gaara stood at his table with a small cup of sake in his hand. I am supposed to toast Naruto, I don't know what that should mean, so I will just say what they told me when I became Kazekage, good luck and don't too fast. Gaara lifted his cup before draining it. Everyone just stared at him as he sat back down. Gaara certainly has a way with words. Suddenly Lee rose from his place on Guy's shoulder. Yes, and may his fire of youth burn brightly. As soon as he said this he was once again unconscious. Hiashi Hyuga approached his daughter as she watched Naruto talk with some of the townsfolk. He put his hand on her shoulder from behind. Daughter, I hope you are happy. Father, I am as happy as I have ever been. It is too bad, then, that it must all end here. What? Hinata spun around suddenly to find not her father, but a man in the garb of an Akatsuki. Everyone in sight was stunned by the sudden appearance. The man used this time to perform his jutsu. Water style, chakra ice bonds. The man touched his hands to the floor which instantly became completely covered in ice. Most of the shinobi in the room had already recovered by the time the ice was down. Naruto was the first to attack. Or at least he tried. The instant he did the hand sign for his time alteration jutsu, the ice at his feet spread up over his body and coated it completely. Most of the other powerful shinobi in the area also found the same fate. Hinata, who had attempted to get into a Juken stance, had felt the ice creeping up with every ounce of chakra she put out. She immediately stopped and only her feet were encased in the ice. Just as she was about to try to break free, the roof exploded above her. Instantly 20 more ninja in Akatsuki robes fell into the room. Unlike the ninja holding everyone in place, a mist ninja, these ninja were all wearing hidden rock headbands. Naruto saw out of his ice prison enough to know there were too many. I was told there were only 9 of them. There should only be 6 left, so where did these guys come from? Naruto was silently thanking his instincts. If he had left his tails down on the floor, the ice would most defiantly not look like it was containing a human. Instead it just looked like a huge ice block, with his tails against his back. Hinata was only feet away from the ninja who had used the ice jutsu. If I could just break his concentration for a moment. Hinata used all her strength and flexibility as she lunged forward from the waist and punched the mist ninja in the face. He went flying into another ninja, but to Hinata's surprise the ice did not go away. You little, the mist ninja got up and wiped B from his mouth. What? Did you think by breaking my concentration you could free your friends? Not happening, girl. This jutsu hardly needs me at all once it has started. It just feeds off of the chakra of its prisoners. Whenever someone here tries to use a jutsu, my ice steals the chakra they focus and uses it to increase in strength and volume. It has already absorbed enough from your initial attack that it can run without me for minutes. Now he was back in front of Hinata. He backhanded her across the face hard enough to almost spin her around and break her ankles. Only her years of training stopped her from cracking her head on the ice. She managed to break her fall by putting her arms behind her. If only I can keep him from continuing his jutsu for another few minutes. But, as fast as Hinata was, the mist ninja caught her hand in his. Ha, still want to fight? Well, I can't say I feel like obliging you, you are too pretty for me to K. But, on the other hand, what kind of man would I be if I didn't take advantage of a situation like this? Fool. Stick to the plan. Shut up. The mist ninja kneed one of the other ninjas in the gut and let his body collapse to the ground. I do what I damn well please. Now where were we? Hinata was getting frightened. She had not bargained on fighting AL. Not now. Naruto, Naruto wasn't too happy about it either. From his place in his ice block he couldn't hear anything, but saw the look in the ninja's eyes just the same. Oh no, this guy must have a death wish. If he so much as touches her, oh wait, he already did. Naruto could feel his advanced henge start to slide, and immediately concentrated before he was visible to the world. Don't lose focus. Just K him. Hinata was about ready to scream as the mist ninja's hand slowly came closer to her body. She threw a jab in desperation but it was caught. She threw her other fist, but the man caught it in the same hand as her other hand. A wicked smile was on his face as his free hand came up to caress her face. I don't plan on hurting you, pretty lady. I just want to have some fun. You wouldn't stop someone from having their fun, would ya? Hinata closed her eyes and used all of her strength to try to get free. No, this can't happen. Not on my wedding day. Hinata suddenly heard something that sounded like music to her ears. The cracking of ice. Hinata used all of her strength to break loose her right leg from the ice. She surprised the mist ninja with a kick to the side of his head, sending him flying into two rock ninja. What the hell? Though you said she would be trapped. She should have be. The ninja was never able to finish his sentence. Naruto Uzumaki, the future sixth Hokage, had broken free. The entire crowd was in shock as the mist ninja fell to the ground along with the two ninjas that had been holding him, with a hole over a half-meter in diameter through their chests. Naruto was standing beyond and looking with blue-slitted eyes at the remaining 18 ninjas in the room. I don't care who you are. If you were the most powerful demon lord in existence, I would not let you touch my wife and get away with it. Naruto vanished again, this time appearing behind a group of 4 rock ninja, 3 with the large gaping hole in their body, 1 with his head severed completely from his body. You like to think you are tough. What? Are the Akatsuki hiring Genin to do the dirty work now that Itachi is S? Naruto grabbed 5 kunai that had been aimed for his head with one finger and began to twirl them. Or are you all just weak to begin with? Naruto returned the kunai to the senders at a speed not even Kakashi, with his Sharinganai revealed, could track. They pierced the hearts of 5 ninja, and the stomach of one who had been behind one of Naruto's targets. I guess that I should keep a few of you for interrogation, maybe one. Naruto vanished again, this time every remaining rock ninja fell to the ground, only one with his body mainly intact. Naruto's eyes went back to normal, though no one had even noticed the subtle change of his iris shape. Hinata, are you okay? Hinata had fallen down after her kick and the ice around her other ankle had finally melted. I am fine. Hinata looked like she is about to cry anyway. It wasn't every day that your wedding day was attacked, not once, but twice by ninjas trying to kill your husband or molest you. Naruto knelt down next to her and wrapped his arms around her. She dug her face into his shoulder as she began to weep. Most of the town people knew that it was probably a good sign to leave. As soon as passed by the couple, she whispered into Naruto's ear. We will need to interrogate them tonight. I think you should probably be there. 9 o'clock in my office. Naruto glanced up at her in surprise. Postpone your wedding night till these bastards are taken care of. Naruto knew she was right. He couldn't even sleep if the Akatsuki might attack at any time. Not that Naruto needed a lot of sleep anymore. It was Jiraiya who noticed the only abnormal thing that happened that day. B, from out of nowhere, would suddenly appear behind Naruto every few seconds. What the hell? I think someone has some explaining to do. Naruto clones ran around the Hyuga clan complex, trying to clean up after the reception. It would be a reminder for ages to come of the atrocities of the Akatsuki. The real Naruto knelt upside down on the ceiling, cleaning up the remains of an unfortunate ninja. Why would they choose to attack me now? Do they know about the Kyuubi? The first was obviously trying to kill me, and the second group tried to capture me. Their strategy has changed and I can't find a reason why. Will it ever stop? Those ninja, they could have been the brothers and fathers of people I don't even know, but they tried to hurt my family because of the Akatsuki. I need to put an end to this. If I don't, then they will keep coming after me, and I will not risk Hinata like that. It is time I finished those bastards off. Naruto was scrubbing the wood hard enough to make a groove in it. Hinata watched as her husband's movements became more and more frantic. Naruto. Yeah. Naruto didn't stop. I think that spot is clean. Naruto finally saw what had become of the beam he had been cleaning. It was visibly thinner than the rest. Naruto sighed. Damn it. If only that fox had never shown up. But then I probably wouldn't be the person that Hinata loves. Naruto smiled down from his place above Hinata. Nah, I'll take this life. I just need to get rid of the ones who would hurt her. Naruto fell down from the ceiling and landed on his feet in front of Hinata. She looked worried. Is something wrong, Hinata? No, I am fine, Naruto. I was worried about you. What were you thinking about? Oh, it was nothing. Naruto, Hinata looked down at the floor. We are married now, you can trust me. Naruto suddenly realized exactly what he had just done. No, I have to tell her. She deserves to know. Sorry, Hinata. I didn't mean it like that. I was thinking about how everything has changed for the worse. Not that we got married, because that is a good change. A very good change. I was thinking about how the Akatsuki's strategies have changed. How they s going to keep after me until either I s or they get me. I don't think that they can get the QB anymore, but they probably don't know that. Someone needs to take him out for good if we are to have any sort of lasting peace. You are the perfect man for the job, Naruto. Hinata hugged her husband. She loved him unconditionally. If he wanted to confide in her, she would support him. If anyone would be capable of getting rid of a clan of S-rank ninjas out to K him, it would be you. You know that is one of the reasons why I love you so much. Naruto enveloped his bride in AK. I need to go to the interrogation tonight. Information might come up that can lead me to the Akatsuki. Just promise me, you won't go after them alone. Naruto kept smiling, but inside he was in turmoil. If anyone went with me they would just get hurt, but for Hinata. I promise. Hinata smiled again, this time at the sheer joy of being with Naruto. She began to blush. Hinata, are you ever going to not blush when I am with you? Naruto laughed at that. I know I said you are beautiful when you do that, but you are when you don't too. Hinata couldn't help but love him. Naruto, I don't know if I will ever stop blushing around you, but I know that if I do it will just be another part of me you helped change for the better. Now Hinata, give yourself some credit. You changed yourself, I mean, you totally s that loser today. I didn't do that, you did. You need to realize that I am not the only ninja in my clan anymore. You can say that I helped you change all the time, but it was you who made the change. No one else has made the effort you have to change. You used to be a shy girl that couldn't even talk to me or hope to defeat higher level ninjas. But now you have self-confidence. Now you could beat a Jonin with your eyes closed. You rock, Hinata. And that is one of the reasons I love you. Thank you, Naru. No problem, Hina. Sir, the two teams sent to Konoha have not reported back. Kisame reported seeing them being wiped out by the QB container in a very mysterious way. It appears as if he not only defeated Itachi, but Orochimaru by skill. No luck involved. Are there any more takers on the bounty? 2 ninjas, S rank in the bingo book, have applied for the job. They are both members of the 7 legendary Mist Swordsmen. Give them the information they need, offer double for live capture. Yes sir. Why have you not left yet? There was one other thing about the QB container, sir. It appears that the vessel has married a ninja from his village. What? The vessel performed a marriage ceremony with a young woman. Interesting, a demon being loved. No, the people of Konoha must be attempting to breed his power. Sir, go. Do as I say. Yes, sir. Naruto arrived at Anbu headquarters late in the evening. He was guided by 2 masked ninja into a sealed room. Only 2 people were in this room as he entered. The door was immediately shut and sealed behind him. Tsunade and Jiraiya turned to face him as he stepped. On one side knelt the man Naruto had knocked unconscious at his wedding. The other side held the man Naruto had spared from death at the reception. In the middle, in a chair bolted to the floor, was a man with 1 leg and no arms. A blindfold covered his eyes, assuring that his last remaining ability was never put in use again. Uchiha Itachi, I see you lived through the injuries I gave you. Yes. Tsunade stepped forward to interrogate him. Any desire to tell us where your main headquarters are? No. Well, if you won't, I can assure you that these 2 on either side of you will. They are not members of the Akatsuki. They won't know. Are you so sure of that? After you disappeared they have changed the tactics. No mere criminal would be given the information that you seek. So you say, the 2 on either side of Itachi tried to back away from Naruto. They had no idea that this kid was strong enough to do that to Itachi Uchiha. Naruto stepped up to the bomber from that morning. Why did you attack us? You ain't getting S out of me. The man sneered. The kid might be tough, but these simple folks would never kill a prisoner. Really? What if I told you that if you don't tell me everything you know, that I would kill you? You wouldn't kill me. Really? Willing to bet on that? I'd bet my life on it. I'll take that bet, then. Naruto instantly released his genjutsu, revealing his true form. Jiraiya fell to the ground in shock. He had thought something like this might have happened. The bee dripping out of nowhere had been a hint that Naruto was hiding something, but this was unreal. Naruto stood before the now afraid ninja at his full 6'2" height. His hair now had silver tips, as did the 9 tails that were whipping around like they had their own will. A few of the tails had red tips, Naruto's ears were pointed, and his eyes were slit. His nails on his hands and feet had extended and become as sharp as an excellent kunai. Naruto was now only inches away from the man's face. So, one chance, what do you know? I won't tell you anything. Wrong answer. Naruto cleaved the man's head from his shoulders to the amazement of everyone in the room. Tsunade spoke up. Naruto, calm down. Calm down. Oh, sure, I'll calm down. I am calm right now. I just killed that guy with perfect calmness. Let's just call it animal instinct that when someone attempts to hurt what I love, I end the threat. He wasn't a threat, Naruto. Well, he isn't anymore. Naruto's whisker marks on his face grew a little less pronounced. Sorry. Naruto then looked at the other ninja, the one from the reception. Do you want to bet your life also? No. Please don't kill me. I have a wife and a daughter. The man was weeping, knowing in his heart that he was as good as S. He had never seen a demon, but he knew that what was before him was as close as they came. You were that one. Still want to fight? Well, I can't say I feel like obliging you, you are too pretty for me to kill. But, on the other hand, what kind of man would I be if I didn't take advantage of a situation like this? Fool. Stick to the plan. Shut up. The mist ninja kneed one of the other ninjas in the gut and let his body collapse to the ground. I do what I damn well please. Now where were we? You were that one that attempted to stop the mist ninja from molesting Hinata. Alright, I have a new deal for you. Because you stood up for my wife in even the smallest way, I will grant you life. Now, if you tell me everything you know about the people who gave you your assignment, we will let you return to your family. Tsunade and Jiraiya knew that what Naruto was proposing was very illegal. They kept their mouths shut, though. You would do that for me. But I can't. If I get free they will find me and kill me and my family. No, they won't. I am going to kill them all as soon as I find them. Any information you have will let me find them faster. As soon as they are destroyed then you will be set free. Technically the only laws you broke were breaking and entering. You didn't kill anyone, didn't even use a jutsu. If you desire, after a period of probation you might even be allowed to become a ninja of Konoha. We don't send ninjas to assassinate people on their wedding day. Okay, I will tell you, there was a man. He came to our village dressed in this garb. He was carrying an enormous sword wrapped in bandages. His face, it was not fully human. He offered the pay rate of an S-ranked mission for what he called a simple bounty. He said that he would pay the person or people who kill a Jonin from Konoha an enormous sum of money. If they brought him back alive, then the amount quadrupled. Even with the 21 of us, the money split evenly would have been enough for us to retire in luxury for the rest of our lives. I had to take the mission. Our town had not been receiving many missions. I agreed. The only requirement to the mission was that we all wear these robes. So we came. And then you destroyed us. Completely. The man who gave the mission. Where did he come from and what did his face look like? He said he came from the land of mist, which was strange because he entered our land from the opposite direction, the land of sound. His face, it was strange. He had a bluish face with marks like yours on it. Sharp teeth, all of them. He had a partner with him, now that I remember. He never spoke. His face was interesting to say the least. It was half pure white and half black. His clothing looked like he had enormous jaws coming over his head. Sometimes we would catch him mumbling to himself, but most of us just thought he was crazy. You said they came from sound. Yeah, Or that was the land they had just come from when they came to the land of stone. Thank you. Naruto activated his genjutsu again, once again becoming the Naruto Jiraiya had known for 6 years. Naruto walked to the door, followed closely by the two Sennin. As they came near, they heard the ninja on the other side releasing the seals. The door swung open as Naruto reached it, and all three left the room, leaving the two prisoners with a corpse. Naruto, I must know. When did that happen? Jiraiya had been more than surprised to see his apprentice resembling a fox. I happened after Orochimaru. Tsunade told me about the fight. But, how? She probably didn't mention that Orochimaru summoned my father to fight me, did she? Jiraiya had most certainly not heard that. He glanced over at the Hokage, who was now frowning in her own thoughts. No, she didn't. Orochimaru's jutsu made it impossible for me to KO him. He would get hit with a fatal wound, only to repair himself faster and better than Kabuto can. You used the Reaper Death Seal. Yes, but when it came for my soul, the Kyuubi, it sacrificed its life for mine. In return for taking all of its chakra into you. Yeah, wait, how did you know that? Because, Naruto, there was no way that the Death God would have been able to take the Kyuubi with its power. The Death God is a lesser Biju than the Kyuubi. The only way what you said happened could happen was if the Kyuubi gave up its status as the Kyuubi, leader of the Fox Demons. Have you tried summoning anything yet? Yes, once. Let me guess, a fox came instead of a frog. Right, so my apprentice is the new nine-tailed demon lord and future Hokage of Konoha. Yep, if things got any weirder, Itachi Uchiha would be asking Sakura on a date. It could get weirder. How? If Sakura agreed to go on the date. Really, I don't mind the change. Hinata likes it. If only it was easier to hold this genjutsu on. I am not great at genjutsu. No, you're not. Thanks for the encouragement. Naruto crossed his arms over his chest and playfully hit Jiraiya over the head with an invisible tail. Jiraiya has knocked into a wall by the strength of the hit. Oops. Tsunade had finally finished thinking. Naruto, I have an S-rank mission for you. Come to my office tomorrow morning early. Jiraiya, you come too, damn it. Jiraiya was unconscious and drooling on the floor, mumbling about women. Sure thing, Granny Tsunade. Stop calling me that. Okay, old lady. Naruto found himself flying out of the roof of the Anbu headquarters. Man, she sure gets angry over the stupidest things. Naruto arrived at his home to find all of the lights off except his bedrooms. I almost forgot, I got married today. Naruto smiled as he entered his room to find it occupied. Hinata was sleeping peacefully in her nightgown, smiling in her sleep. I couldn't wake up an angle like that, besides, if I startle her she might juken me in my sleep. Naruto climbed into his bed next to her and wrapped his arms around her. Naruto, good. You're not late. When am I ever late, Tsunade? Literally every other day. Now here is the mission. You are to leave Konoha today, at the earliest possible time, and find and eliminate the Akatsuki threat to Konoha. This mission is yours, but I am requiring that 2 people go with you. Jiraiya and Shizune are coming with you. Jiraiya because he is a pain in the ass here most of the time, and Shizune because you need to continue your Hokage training if you are to become one. The last spot is up to you. Shizune, who had been listening at the door, burst in and pointed an accusing finger at the Hokage. You are just trying to get me out of here so you don't have to do any paperwork while I am gone. Who do you think is going to wake you up without me? Tsunade smiled innocent way before a reasonable answer popped into her head. If you don't go, then I guess that I will have to. So I guess you can stay here and do all the paperwork yourself. I'll go. Jiraiya still had a headache from the day before. All this yelling was hurting his brain. Naruto, we will be waiting at the town gates in 30 minutes. Be ready. Naruto nodded as he jumped out the window. I wonder who my last teammate should be. Actually, I don't think I have much of a choice. Hinata would go with me whether I liked it or not. That will be all for this video. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, and comment down below for more videos. Goodbye.